Hello friends, today we will explain the second part of the movie, Your Fault, which was released in 2023. In My Fault, we saw a lot of romance between Noah and Nick, and in this movie, we will also witness their intense love story. Let's dive into the story of the movie. At the beginning of the movie, we see that Noah has turned 18, and today is her birthday. That's why William and Rafaela organize a birthday party for Noah. However, Noah doesn't feel like celebrating because Nick isn't there. In fact, William had sent Nick away for an internship. Then Gina comes to Noah. To cheer her up, Gina takes her to a room where they start drinking. While they are talking, Noah suddenly finds out that Nick has also arrived at the party. Excited, she rushes outside, hugs Nick, and starts kissing him. While they are kissing, William and Rafaela see them from upstairs. They never wanted Nick and Noah to be together. After being apart for so long, Nick and Noah share an intimate moment outside the house. After making love, Nick tells Noah that this time was even more enjoyable than before. Noah playfully replies that she had been practicing for it. Then, Nick gifts Noah a necklace for her birthday and puts it around her neck himself. The next day, Noah and Nick spend a lot of time together and enjoy themselves. Later, we see that Noah has graduated from school, so her friends throw a party where all the students start dancing while taking off their clothes. Meanwhile, Nick's friend Luca comes up to him and says, "This girl is free now, so she's going to fly. When she goes to college, she will enjoy herself with other guys and drift away from us because we'll be busy with work. She will have fun with guys her own age." However, Nick confidently replies, "That won't happen. We will never be apart." The next day, when Noah is coming back from school with her mom, dad, and Nick, she sees parents gifting expensive cars to their children. Seeing this, Noah comments, "How can these people give such expensive cars to their kids at such a young age? They are spoiling them." But soon, Noah finds out that her own parents have also gifted her a car. She is delighted and really likes it. At first, she refuses to take the car, but after Nick convinces her, she finally agrees to accept the gift. In the next scene, we see Nick and Noah going on a drive together. Nick takes Noah to show her his new house and tells her that his grandfather gifted it to him. As they continue talking, they start getting romantic, and Nick begins expressing his love for Noah. While making love, Nick tells Noah, "From now on, we'll have fun here and live together." Hearing this, Noah gets angry because she thought Nick truly loved her, but it turns out he just wanted to have fun with her. Realizing that Nick got the house just for their enjoyment, Noah storms out in anger. Later that night, Nick confesses to his friend Luca, "Noah got mad at me because of what I said. I shouldn't have talked to her like that." Meanwhile, Noah shares her frustration with her friend Jenna, saying, "I thought Nick truly loved me, but he only cares about his own desires." The next day, Noah's mom shows her a new room where she will be staying, along with another girl who will be her roommate. Meanwhile, Nick is seen at his dad's office, where his father has hired a girl named Sophia to work with him. Sophia tells Nick, "I know everything about you and how you see girls, so don't even think about staring at my butt when I leave." However, as soon as Sophia walks away, Nick stares at her and thinks to himself, "This is going to be fun. I need to get her." In the next scene, Noah is with her mom, who shows her a picture of Nick and Noah together and asks, "What's going on between you two?" Noah tells her mom, "Nick and I love each other." Her mom warns her to stay away from Nick because he is her stepbrother. However, Noah argues, "I'm 18 now, and I know what I want." Noah then arrives at her hostel room, only to find that a party is going on. Her roommate Brian sees her and asks everyone to leave. Brian then asks Noah, "Weren't you supposed to arrive in 7 days?" Noah replies, "I was feeling down, so I came early." Brian shares, "I once loved a guy, but he betrayed me. Now, I'm happy being alone." While they are talking, a guy named Michael enters the room to get his jacket. Brian introduces Noah to Michael, saying, "Michael lives in the flat across from us, and he's a really nice guy." Meanwhile, we see William calling Noah's mom saying, "Your plan worked." In reality, Noah's mom had sent Sophia to work with Nick to create a rift between Noah and Nick. In the next scene, we see Noah going with Nick to meet his sister, and they have a lot of fun together. But as they are about to leave, Nick's mom suddenly appears. She had abandoned Nick 10 years ago, so he doesn't even want to look at her face. Nick leaves immediately with Noah without talking to his mom. After returning home, Nick feels extremely sad and tells Noah, "My mom didn't think about me for 10 years. To cheer him up, Noah starts showing him affection, which lifts his mood. mood. Eventually, Nick reciprocates, and they both share an intimate moment. Afterward, Noah takes Nick to her hostel apartment, where he is shocked to see Briar. Noah introduces her, saying, "This is my roommate, Briar." Seeing Briar there makes Nick uncomfortable, because she is his ex-girlfriend, whom he had left after a tragic accident. In a hurry, Nick leaves the place, but accidentally drops his phone there. Next, we see Nick sitting in a car with his friend Luca. Luca tells Nick, "I came here to deliver drugs, but now I'm scared to go inside." Nick responds, "If you needed money, you could have asked me. Why did you get into all this?" But Luca insists, "I don't need anyone's charity." Nick tells him, "I promised Noah that I wouldn't do anything illegal anymore, so I can't go with you." Despite this, when Luca goes inside alone, Nick follows him to support his friend. Inside, they encounter Ronnie's brother. Ronnie is currently in jail. Meanwhile, Noah arrives at the location using Nick's phone. Seeing her, Ronnie's brother tries to attack her because he believes she is the reason Ronnie is in jail. A fight breaks out among everyone, and soon the police arrive and arrest them all. However, Sophia steps in to handle the case and gets Nick and Noah released. Nick begs Sophia not to tell his dad about the incident. In the next scene, Nick gives Noah a cat and they return to her apartment. They start getting romantic, but Nick hesitates. However, when Noah insists, he gives in. Just then, Briar enters the room, forcing Nick to leave immediately. The next morning, Nick's mom comes to meet Noah. Noah asks her, "What are you doing here?" Nick's mom tells Noah, "I need to talk to you about Nick," but Noah doesn't want to talk to her and asks her to leave. Nick's mom insists, saying, "Nick needs help and you have to talk to me." She then adds, "If you want to know the truth about Nick, call me," and leaves. The next day, Noah goes to Nick's house for dinner, where she meets Sophia. Everyone sits together for dinner, but when Noah sees Nick being affectionate with Sophia, she feels hurt. Unable to hold back, she announces to everyone, "Nick and I want to be together." Everyone is shocked to hear this, and Noah leaves the place. After Noah leaves, her mom explains to everyone that it's the anniversary of Noah's dad's death, and she gets nightmares on this day, which affects her behavior. Nick follows Noah to talk to her and apologizes, but Noah is furious at him. Nick tries to explain that there's nothing between him and Sophia, and that he loves only her. Noah confronts him, saying, "Your dad wants you to marry Sophia." Nick reassures her, "No one can separate us, and you have to trust me." But Noah walks away. In the next scene, Noah calls Nick's mom over to Nick's house. Since no one is home, Nick's mom asks Noah to look through some papers in the drawers. While going through the papers and photos, Noah discovers that before her mother's divorce, she was in love with Nick's dad. Nick's dad falsely accused her mother and divorced her, taking Nick away from her. While Noah is looking at the photos, Nick's mom goes into William's room and secretly takes his toothbrush. Later, Nick takes Noah to dinner to make up with her. There, he shows her a tattoo of her name on his hand. Seeing it, Noah tells him, "You shouldn't have done this. This will stay with you forever." Then they start dancing together. While dancing, Nick tells Noah, "I have to go to London with Sophia for a case." Noah doesn't respond. After dinner, they go home and spend the night together. The next morning, Nick and Sophia leave for London. Once there, Nick meets his grandfather and asks about Briar. His grandfather tells him, "When you had the accident with Briar, she was hospitalized for 6 months. It wasn't your fault, so you don't need to worry." Meanwhile, Sophia approaches Nick and informs him, "We won the case." In excitement, Nick hugs her and kisses her. On the other hand, we see that Noah's Briar and Michael, but Briar starts feeling sleepy, so she leaves. After Briar leaves, Michael starts getting closer to Noah, but she asks him to leave. As Michael is about to leave, Nick arrives and sees Noah with Michael. Nick gets extremely angry, thinking that Noah is in love with that guy. He says hurtful things to her and storms off. Meanwhile, Sophia has secretly started developing feelings for Nick. One day, Nick goes to meet his friend, Luca, at his garage. Luca jokingly asks, "How come you remembered this poor man today?" Nick tells him that he and Noah had a misunderstanding. However, Luca urges Nick to forget about it and focus on a car race instead. He also informs Nick that Ronnie has just been released from jail and will be participating in the race. Luca sees this as a perfect opportunity to take revenge on Ronnie. Hearing this, Nick agrees to race. Nick and Luca take their cars and arrive at the race location. Shortly after, Noah also arrives with her friend to participate in the race. Ronnie is there as well, and he too wants revenge on Nick. The race begins, and everyone accelerates their car. The police arrive at the scene, but the racers manage to escape. A little further ahead, Nick and Noah work together to take revenge on Ronnie. They both hit his car from both sides, causing Ronnie's car to collide with the police vehicles. As a result, the police officers arrest Ronnie. Luca ends up winning the race, and they all drive away from the scene. Later, they arrive at a party organized by William to celebrate Nick and Sophia's Briar's legal case victory. Noah enters the party with Briar, while Luca apologizes to his girlfriend, Ginny. Ginny tells him, "I truly love you, but you're always chasing money." Luca replies, "Winning today's race didn't bring me any happiness. The only thing that makes me happy is being with you." But Ginny doesn't listen and walks away. Meanwhile, Briar has already told Noah everything about the poster of her and Nick. Nick asks Briar to leave and tells her that he knows nothing about what happened to her. Briar then reveals, "When I had the accident with you, I was pregnant. That's why you left me." After this, Briar goes through the kitchen and heads outside, bringing Nick's mom to the party. Nick's mom talks to everyone and reveals, "William left me for Rafala because Rafala and William were already in love. Also, my daughter Maggie is actually William's daughter, which means I deserve half of your property." Nick asks his mom, "What proof do you have?" She responds, "I took your DNA from your toothbrush and got it tested." Shocked, Nick asks, "How did you even get into the house?" Noah then admits, "I brought her in." Hearing this, Nick becomes furious with Noah and yells, "You've ruined my entire family." He storms off in anger. Noah follows Nick inside to explain herself, but she finds Nick kissing Sophia. Noah leaves. Just then, someone approaches Noah and shows her some pictures of Nick and Sophia together. Seeing the photos, Noah walks away. Realizing he has wronged Noah, Nick searches for her at the party. But Briar tells him, "You will never find Noah again." It turns out that Briar orchestrated everything because she wanted revenge on Nick. Nick rushes to Noah's hostel, but she is not there. He waits for her on the stairs outside. Meanwhile, Noah is with Michael, trying to lift her mood. Michael seizes the opportunity and makes love to Noah. After everything is over, Noah steps outside and sees Nick waiting. Nick immediately understands what happened and, in a fit of rage, drives off in his car. With this suspenseful ending, our movie comes to a close.